All right, Bears fans, can we get to 56,000 subscribers by the end of our watch party on Sunday? We're 481 away right now. We usually get a decent amount during our watch party, so I think if we get within 300 by Sunday, we'll be in good shape. If you want us to reach there, if you want daily videos, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free. We got a loaded show coming up, so subscribe and stay tuned. Welcome into Bears Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Oh my goodness, he's seen the light. Mike Martz has changed his tune on Justin Fields, even called him special after some of his recent big performances. Let's react to it, break it all down. Here's what the former Bears offensive coordinator had to say. He said, last year and at the beginning of this season, Justin Fields looked uncomfortable and inadequate. Nobody was more critical of him than I was. His struggles were painful to watch. Additionally, the talent around him is mediocre at best. Then came week 7, and with that came a change in the offense. Matt Eberflus structured the offense to Fields' strengths. That's really Luke Getsy, but I hear his point. He's gone from a subpar quarterback to one of the most exciting players in the NFL. Also, his performances have caused his teammates to elevate their strengths. People compare him to Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. He's not them. He's Justin Fields. He's different, and he's very special. Hey, I got to give credit where credit is due to Mike Martz. If I'm going to rip the guy for calling Fields a fraud and calling Martz a fraud for thinking that when it was too premature, I'm not going to apologize for that because I thought his take at the time was garbage. Not because Fields was playing well, but because it was so premature. I also have to give credit where it's due. And Mike Martz is said, hey, you know what? I was probably a little premature. He's playing a lot better. Credit to the Bears for building around his strengths. This is one of the most exciting players in the league right now, and over the past month or so, that's absolutely been the case. That is not an overreaction. Now, could it be an overreaction to call Justin Fields special? Would you call him special? Type Y for yes and for no. He has special ability. He's shown that he can be special. Now, obviously, we got to see it, for a little larger sample size, but he's got special talent with the way he can run at his size, 6'3", 230, 235. He can run past people. He can run you over. He's got a strong arm, can make all the throws. He's definitely a special, capable quarterback. Let's just give it a little bit more time, and I'm not pumping the brakes like I'm all in. I've been all in from the beginning. Let me know, though. Would you call him special? Y for yes and for no. I think the moral of this whole story is we have to give these guys time, especially young quarterbacks in this league. And I just don't think people appreciate enough how bad of a situation it was for Justin Fields right now, or last year. They gave him no first-team reps after they drafted him, none at all. They gave those all to Andy Dalton. Then they tried to force him into a offense built more for Andy Dalton, didn't adjust to his strengths whatsoever. Shout out Luke Getsy for doing that. Matt Nagy could never. So, yeah, he played a little bit last year, but it's hard to know how valuable those reps are. And, yeah, early on this year, it wasn't the prettiest at all. It took a few weeks for him to get up to speed, but boy has it over the last 5 weeks. The completion percentage up, passing yards up, but I think we'll see that go even higher. They're letting him say, hey, if it's not there, take off. We're even going to call some design runs. He's become maybe the most dangerous running quarterback in the league as of late. Turnovers down, touchdowns up, quarterback rating at 100. I mean, this has been the evolution of Justin Fields in the second half of this season so far. And if Mike Martz can admit to his mistake prematurely calling Fields an inadequate quarterback, then I think we can all learn from something like this. We have to give young quarterbacks time in this league. Does that mean that Justin Fields for sure is going to be a 12, 15-year quarterback? Absolutely not. Does that mean that he's clearly the guy right now and that they're going to build around him? I think so. I think that's pretty much clear at this point. Shout out to Established Titles, as Established Titles is sponsoring today's episode of Chicago Bears Now, and they are a fun and novel way to preserve the woodlands in Scotland, the natural woodlands in Scotland, while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with the crest. They plant a tree with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future, to support those global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title of Lord or Lady on your credit card, your plane tickets, your dating profiles, etc. It makes for a great last-minute gift. And by the way, the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot within a few minutes of walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a lord or a lady, we can build our own little Bears Now kingdom. Like I said, great last-minute gift. Established Titles is actually starting their way early Black Friday sale right now with deals of up to 80% off, and we're going to give you an extra 10% off with promo code CHAT at establishedtitles.com/chat. So get going today to help support the channel, and those gifts that you get, 10% off, perfect holiday gift this season. All right, let's talk more about the quarterback. Is the league as a whole starting to take notice? Well, we've kind of talked about that being the theme this week. The national media, certain coaches, players, ex-coaches, media members are starting to pay attention to what's happening in Chicago. And an anonymous NFL GM to Jordan Schultz said that Fields is unstoppable in the open field. He also said this: I thought the last few weeks he's found a comfort level. He's made some impressive throws. The strong arm we knew he had in the draft, but now he's putting it together with some more advanced reads and throws. I thought he made some nice touch throws against Miami and New England. He's so tough for defensive linemen and even linebackers outside of the pocket. I'll tell you this right now, and I've watched Justin Fields play every snap in his career up to this point, every single snap. Game planning for this guy right now has got to be just a nightmare. You can have the perfect defense in place, and then he'll say, you know what, me one-on-one with the linebacker in the open field, I'll take my chances and get a first down. I mean, he did it time and time again against Miami. He even pulled one on a zone read that the look would have suggested to hand the ball off because the defensive lineman didn't crash, but the D lineman hesitated for about 0.1 seconds, was a little flat-footed. He pulled it and said, I'm just going to beat you to the edge. And that was on display all afternoon against Miami on Sunday, which is why he set a record for rushing yards in a game by a quarterback. I mean, the kid is just freaky. I mean, how about the 61-yard touchdown where he steps up into the pocket, is going to do a sidearm jump pass, and in midair he sees Darnell Mooney turn to go upfield. So if he throws that, it could have been picked. Able to have the strength to pull it back, land on his feet, cut outside, make 2 people miss, and go 61 yards for a touchdown. I mean, who else is doing that? Maybe Lamar? Like, there's not many guys in the league that have this type of athleticism and running ability at the quarterback position, which is why I'm very excited, which is why even the national media is excited, taking notice. I mean, the Bears have a quarterback. The Bears have a freaking quarterback, and that has not been the case really ever in the history of this franchise. How excited are you for Justin Fields? Scale from 1 to 100. Type 150 if you want, 200. I mean, this is exciting stuff. Let me know how excited you guys are. I'm also excited to go live on the Call-In app this Sunday after the Bears face the Lions, because we go live for post-game shows every single week. It's like an app similar to Twitter Spaces. Your chance to call into the show and sound off on what happened in that game or with any other Bears hot takes or questions. Subscribe at chatsports.com/BearsCallin. Also, download the app on iOS or Android. Left QR code is for the Apple Store. Right QR code is if you have an Android, Google Play Store there. You can listen on your computer, but to call into the show, you actually have to be on your phone. So we recommend you downloading the app on your phone. It is free, and subscribing to Bears Now. We're like 35 subscribers away from 500 on the app. Help us out, and I want to hear from you guys every single week. All right, from roses and ponies part of the show to Velus Jones. Where are we at with Velus Jones? Is he a draft bust? I'm not quite ready to say that, but people are starting to ask. He was a healthy scratch last week. And Eberflus is not really downplaying his status right now. I mean, he said, look, obviously the room's a little bit fuller now because we've got guys back, and with additions of certain players, obviously Chase Claypool, you're just in there competing. Do you know your job? Do you know your motions? Do you know how to block the point when we're running the ball on the perimeter and hustle on the backside? But then it comes down to being a playmaker. That position to me is a game-changer playmaking position. And when he was drafted, his immediate impact was supposed to be as a returner on special teams. Well, he's fumbled 2 punts. He's dropped a deep ball on offense. I mean, the limited opportunities he has gotten, he just hasn't taken advantage of them. And by the way, I speculated yesterday Byron Pringle may not come back. He might stay on IR. What if he does come back? Is Velus wide receiver 7 at that point? Like, I just don't know what his role is at this point. If he's not contributing on special teams, his future is at least somewhat in doubt. Now, I've had a couple people ask me, and I'll be honest, I am intrigued by it, especially if this wide receiver room ends up being crowded next year. I mean, you know you're going to have Mooney and Claypool at the very least. So at best, he enters as wide receiver 3, but I don't think that'll be the case next year either, at least on paper. Could you move him to running back? He's built like a running back. He's over 200 pounds. Maybe that could be something. We know with the ball in his hands on those jet sweeps, he's very effective. But as a receiver right now, I mean, he's not even. They're not even playing him. I mean, that's not good. That is not good whatsoever. Is Velus Jones Jr. a bust already? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Again, I'm not going to go full bust. I can't say, hey, let's be patient with Justin Fields and then call someone a bust half a season into his career, especially after dealing with some injuries. But at the same time, it's not the quarterback position. Like, catching the football is catching the football. Catching punts. Need to be patient. It's a bad start, though. I mean, it could not be worse for Velus Jones early on. And quite frankly, as much as we've hyped up Ryan Poles and been pleased with what he's done, so far as a third-round pick, that was a miss. That could change. But so far, that was definitely a miss by Ryan Poles. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of Chicago Bears Now. If you want more videos, hit that subscribe button. We'll have you covered between now and kickoff on Sunday. And, of course, a watch party on Sunday with the scoreboard, stats, play-by-play updates, and a whole lot more. We are the channel for you. So hit that subscribe button. I'm Harrison Graham. You can follow me on social media as well, at HGrahamNFL on Twitter and Instagram for more Bears news and rumors. All right, we'll see you next time here on the channel.